I don't know how you guys were feeling, but at about noon, when there had really been nothing about the Leafs, and if you check out the Twitter, check out down below the link to my X, or whatever the hell you want to call it, I tweeted out, the Leafs, are they going to do something? Well, not long after that, they get their one of two trades done today. And we'll break them both down. Obviously, you know by the title of this one, this is the Scott Laughton trade to the Leafs. And very shortly after this, it'll probably already be up by the time you see this, the Brandon Carlo trade will be uploaded. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about both. First off, the Leafs bring home Oakville, Ontario native Scott Laughton from the Philadelphia Flyers in exchange for Nikita Grebenkin and the Toronto Maple Leafs first-round pick in 2027, which is top 10 protected. So, yeah. And with all that stuff done, it is 50% retained salary on Scott Laughton. So let's break this whole thing down. Okay, let me tell Leaf fans what they're getting in Scott Laughton. They're not getting the sexiest player. He's 30 years of age. His career high in points is 43, which was back in 22-23. His career high in goals is 18. But what have the Leafs lacked for a while? Center depth. How many times have we seen David? We saw at one point this year David Kampf playing up in the top 6. Should not be happening. You bring in Scott Laughton to, without a doubt, slide into your third center role. And if Tavares isn't able to go or whatnot, could rise to the 2C if you really need him to. But he's perfect in that 3C role. You don't have to worry about, can Max Domi, is he good as a center or a wing? He's a winger. Done. And would they play Bobby McMahon with him? Which would be a very interesting, fun line to watch. And obviously, full passion guy, knows his role. We all love Steven Lorenz. Why? He's a passionate Canadian, passionate Leaf fan. And oh, by the way, he knows what his role is on this team. Scott Laughton does as well. Now, what did the Leafs give up? Another first-round pick. The Leafs now don't have a first-round pick in 2025, 2026, and 2027 after this deadline. There's a lot gone. But who cares? You're trying to win. So they get rid of that pick, which again, top 10 protected. And for any Flyers fan coming on, who is Nikita Grebenkin? Well, he was a fun player to watch for Leafs fans this year. Very briefly, right? Preseason, got in a fight, and was hyping up the crowd. It was just an absolute mutant. You love to see it. And every time you brought him up to the teammates in the locker room, a big smile on their face. Great guy. And then he had the famous quote of all, the back check, was it forecheck, back check, paycheck, or whichever way it went. And it was a great line. Doesn't know a lick of English. Getting better at it. Played 7 games with the Leafs. Didn't have a single point. He's 22 years old. He's 6'2", 210. Fine player. Again, never really got the real shot here. But when he did play for the Leafs, other than the fight and the nice quote, he didn't really do much up here. Threw the body around, was kind of greasy. So I guess that's fun. But that's really about it. And also, one of the biggest things of all, Scott Laughton is not a rental player, Leaf fans. He's got another year left on his deal after this one. So you got him basically for a year and a half. And with Philadelphia retaining 50% of the salary, he's making $1.5 million, which is basically nothing. In fact, it's basically Ryan Reeves' money who just cleared waivers. So, I'll take it. It's a good trade. This is the thing about what the Leafs did, right? They got a good player. They didn't go sexy. Obviously, we know what happened with Florida and, Mikko Rantanen. And the news has trickled out about what the Leafs offered and Carolina turned it down. They didn't get the sexy move, but they got guys that most definitely they needed and improved their team. Did they overpay a bit? Sure, you're going to overpay at the trade deadline. Of course you are, because you're desperate. Especially in a seller's market, there aren't too many buyers. So those buyers are going to have to overpay a bit. And they did. So for Leaf fans, I think it's a great trade for the Leafs. I think they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And getting him for this year and next at 1.5, that's a steal in itself. And by the way, The Leafs also got a 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick back from Philly as well. So take that for what it is, all right? So I want to let you guys know that stuff about Scott Laughton, kind of what he's going to bring to the Leafs. Good penalty killer, physical guy, great centerman. I just like what Scott Laughton's going to bring. Do they have, in his career totals, do they have face-off percentage? They do. So not great. Around 50% for him. Nothing too special. But again, he's a 3rd-line center. And he's going to chip in. He has scored double-digit goals in 4 straight seasons. And then 1 year, he only had 9, but he only played 53 games. 13 goals, 12 goals, 10 goals. So most of his career, he's been a double-digit goal guy. And people are going to say, well, Connor Dewar was as well. Connor Dewar had cement hands. I don't think he had a goal this year. Ryan Reeves hadn't had a goal this year. So you're replacing those guys with a Scott Laughton. You'll take it any day of the week. It improves your team depth, which we've all talked about the bottom 6 being pretty pathetic to watch. This makes it better. So I'm going to end the video here. We'll talk about Carlo in the next one. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and are jacked up for Scott Laughton being a Leaf, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys know that's already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on Scott Laughton being a Leaf, the trade overall. You think they overpaid, underpaid, all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below as well. So follow up there if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys Jays Edition Sunday, recapping this past week's games. Raptors Edition later tonight as they take on the Jazz at home at 7:30. And as for the Leafs, I'll talk to you very shortly, Carlo Edition. But tomorrow night, the Leafs are in Colorado taking on the Avalanche. They need to snap the couple-game losing streak, and I believe both guys are going to be in the lineup. So, at least one of them for sure. We'll see how it goes, though. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the trade. Talk to you guys then.